Six, five, four, three, two, one.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to episode 47. Let me adjust to, oh shit, getting better all the time. Just going over some comments right quick as we start on time. Hey, and look, the camera's working. Hitomi is here.
Hello.
We're going to do things a little different next week. Hitomi will still be here, but she'll be behind the scenes and stuff, except for Hitomi time. We'll still do some Hitomi time and specials. We're gonna have our 50th episode soon, so we have to do like a special for the 50th episode. All right, so Brad, yes, you're in the right one, and you were first. We ought to start doing like some kind of bonus prize for like first viewer. First to tune in, that would be cool.
That's a great idea.
Jamie, hello. I know Lauren is there. Hello, Lauren and Jamie. Mary, what's up? Got to see you in person recently. That was awesome. Jeff, oh yeah, thanks for that post and the review for the Kit Kats.
Yes,
also.
Thank you so much.
That's the kind of stuff that actually helps us out a lot. So, and for everyone else watching, whenever you win stuff, don't just take free shit and just say, oh, I got free shit. It's for a reason. Please make a post about it. if you didn't like it, if there's something that you don't like, I guess you can just keep it to yourself and continue to be the way that you have been. But if you did like it and it's a good thing and you want to help us out, make a post and say, hey, this thing is great. Stop by 7 cents, blah, blah, blah. If you didn't care for the product and you don't want to just put us some negative stuff out there, then you can say, hey, I won this by watching Smoked Out and you should too. And in that way, you don't have to say anything about the product. But if you like it, you can do both.
And especially Mari, she got the cash up deal.
Yeah, Mary got the Cash App deal. So, you know, and I know Brad, I want to say thanks to Brad. I think I don't know. I'm going to say Brad for sure because I've seen Brad do it a few times and Brad has done it outside of the show as well. Hey, I stopped by 7 cents today. They had this. Anyway, thanks, Brad, for being a super supporter. It would be nice if we can get a fucking nerd show together, but it's another story. Brittney, I never know what Brittney, man,
So
because
this is the Brittney.
Blue Brittney, Neutron. We're gonna assume that it's Neutron, our girl, our poster child, Brittney, and a good friend of mine for sure. Sarah. Hello. Also another. Well, everyone here is good friends. Blaze and Lisa. I'm glad you're watching the show. I'm glad you're tuning in. I hope that it will not be too terrible. We still have to christen Derp Anna. No, you're wrong. That's the other Brittney. Yeah. That's not Neutron. That's our friend Brittney John and Brittney.
I said that one.
Oh,
because we talked to like last week or something.
Oh, I thought her
is
name
that
was.
you? And
I thought it was Dinky 3 or something.
yeah, I tell her too, like, and she changed.
Well, now that we know that it's the new Brittney, and even more gooder friend of mine, who I see on a more regular basis. Yeah, blue and purple hair. Neutron is the girl, is the blue hair.
Blue hair.
Super blue. She was doing blue before it was a thing, and she gets it like upkept all the time, and that's like her thing. And that's the girl whose picture is on our social media, the profile picture. That's Neutron. Her last name's Newton, so I just call her Neutron because, you know, no reason. It's always blast. It's very welcome, super true. Oh, Cotton, what's up?
Hello.
Somebody watching from far away. Sending lots of love out to Cotton and Vince. Even though I don't guess Vince is vicariously, spiritually watching through Cotton. And Sammy, of course, because if there's a Cotton, there's a Sammy close behind. Well, let's get on with the show, shall we? I guess we'll start off with the Mr. Rogers per tradition. Today's shoes are some of my favorite. They're ratty. I don't even know what fucking brand they are, but they feel very, very nice. They have a reflective tongue. And the Velcros, which I never do. I never lace them up and I never pull the Velcro. These is just slip-ons. But some of my most comfortable, most favorite shoes to go with the Wu-Tang today. With the Wu-Tang. Because Wu-Tang is not only for the children, Wu-Tang is also forever. So, Wu-Tang! And that's that. So moving right along with some cheers. So get a little thing going here. Did you bring over those other pipes?
Yeah. Like a little chicken one.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Yeah, bring the.
That box.
Oh yeah. Well, I just need one of these and one of the small ones. Yeah. All right. So. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for the cheers? Here we go. Well, first off, next week's episode will be airing at 9. We are going to the 9 o'clock thing next week. Secondary cheers. If you're new to the show, for those that don't smoke or not smoking, apparently watching the wrong show, we also do alcohol. I think most all the viewers do both anyhow. And if you're watching the show properly, then you should be observing both regardless. So, cheers. What is this, mango? Mango pineapples
This one
vodka.
from Cornell.
It is from Cornell. I guess we'll just show you some products, right? Because we have some stuff to talk about. If you're tuning in, if you're new, I don't think we have any new viewers. If we do, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. If you happen to win anything, pick your shit up in 2 weeks. If you can't make it in 2 weeks, make sure you talk to somebody via social media or whatever. Or we're going to put that shit out for sale where it was in the first place. And so we are going to talk about babies. At some point later towards the end of the show, we're going to talk about babies. And I like to do some of the talking stuff and some of the more in-depth things, I guess, towards the end so that we can run long if we want to. And other people that are not interested or not subject to that can just tune off so that they see the bulk of the important parts of the show. They're all important parts, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to talk about babies. And I want to talk about, a comment around halfway through. I'm just going to address a comment that was a bit of a tiff that was had on Facebook again. So I want to address that about halfway through because little. And then we'll talk about babies towards the end. The Roe versus Wade thing and see what you think and what we think, what I think. And we'll try to like take a call in and stuff if need be. If that's applicable, we'll do some call-ins. Deaf Smoke, take what? Yeah, Mary, I hear you, man. Do you hear me? That's what's really sad is I gotta really, really start watching my smoking, and I've cut back for work purposes, but then also. Like my voice, my throat had issues before, and it's just getting worse. And like every time I smoke, it gets worse. And to keep that from affecting the show, I can't really smoke too much because I gotta be audible and like discernible. I have enough trouble being understandable as it is. So anyhow, but yeah, I can drink more. Yeah, my fancy nail. That's my fancy nail. So the story on the fancy nail right quick. Hitomi got some nails and she got some good high quality nails from her friend Jamie. What's the name of the street?
Color Street was
Color Street. Hey Jamie, you're welcome to drop something in the comment right now because I don't want to fuck your shit up. But Jamie and Lauren, Jamie is a good customer, great customer, and she sells whenever you comment, I'm sure it's gonna pop up here to just say what you want me to say, and then people can follow up with you on Facebook and what have you. Just put whatever you want to put down there. You can contact her for some high quality nails that are similar to this. Now, this is not one of hers, and this is why I didn't want to. There was a Facebook post that was made, and I didn't want to address too much because I didn't want anyone. Color Street. So, okay, so Color Street. I had it correct. Color Street. But more contact information so they can get a hold of you directly, Jamie, because we want to like show you the love too. So anyway, I didn't want people to get confused and think that this was one of her products because it's not. Hitomi got some knockoff stuff just for play and cheap shit, just to mess around. And them shits was all over the place. So to tell you, the Color Street, you won't have this problem. But this is what happens when you buy bullshit to play with. But, you know, it was to play with. So, them shits was on for 10 minutes and all over the place. She had her nails done. She took like 30 minutes to like glue the shits on and like not glue them, but tape them down and cut them up and all the things required to put them on. And about 10 minutes later, there was fingernails stuck to the countertop. I picked up a bowl. I'm like, hey, anyone like some salsa? And fucking fingernails stuck to the bottom of the bowl. I'm in the shower the next morning. Now, mind you, not to be too personal, not too much TMI, but I will tell you that Hitomi sleeps on the other side of the bed. And we had not had any personal contact. There was no fraternizing, nothing like that. We hung out in a socially distanced manner and went to bed in a socially distanced manner. I woke up and the next morning I'm taking my shower, one of the favorite parts of the day. And lo and behold, much to my surprise and amazement, I look down and the fucking one of these shits like floating around where the fuck did that come from? How did that even get stuck to me? So, that's the story on the knockoffs. And when the nails were coming off, littering the countertop and the floor and various whereabouts of the kitchen, I put one on and was like, you know what, fuck it. You know, I'm going to see how long this shit lasts. So I don't know what I did different other than like I paid it a lot of attention and pushed it down a lot and I'm constantly fucking with it. So this is the third day. This one has been on for like 3 days. So,
yeah, my feet
so there's that.
Yeah, still alive. Only nail one.
Yeah, so she put them on her foots, and her foots are still done.
Alive.
I think it's because you wash dishes or something immediately after, or
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I found the box cat room too.
So, giveaways.
Hey.
Remember we showed you these Mountain Dews? Well, if you hadn't bought one, we're just going to give one to you to try out. And because of 4th of July and me being stupid, not promoting it or saying anything about it and shit being like 4 literally fucking days away, you should have got some 420 all-purpose seasoning to put on any of your food. I always tell customers, this is only if you like food. That's the only thing. If you like food, it's good. If you don't like food, then it's not. So we're going to give away some 420. We're going to give away some of those drinks. I have this Royal Blunts acrylic grinder. We're going to give that away. And this, I'm sure it's imitation leather, but it feels like leather, looks like leather, and it's got a metal thing on it, but it's a Hitman. What I assume to be a pretty nice wallet. Just for fun, see what happens if we... And look at the metal thing. Ding, ding, ding. Everyone needs a metal thing on their wallet. And there's that, close up of that. See, it looks exactly the same as it did on the other way. So, okay, what about if we did this? What if we just waste everyone's time and does anyone even give a shit about? I always had a thing for for the old diving bell and the old school diving helmets like that. That's always been like a thing, precursor to the astronaut suit. Yeah, so there's a bird, a parrot, because that's a cliche pirate thing. And on the, that's the pineapple. And on the mango, there's a Davy Jones Kraken pirate thing and a monkey. So the pirate thing, the Kraken thing has a monkey, and the diving astronaut has a parrot. So anyway, if you want one of these, let's do the pineapple. Let me turn this off. the pineapple first. If you want to try one of these pineapple Mountain Dews for free, a number in the 30s, between 30 and 40. Only one comment per person, unless the person right under you comments the same thing,
Hello, Jill.
and then we'll disqualify you. So pick one number per person between 30 and 40, and then
pineapple.
you'll get to come in and choose the pineapple one, or you get the pineapple. And if you, instead of the pineapple, you rather get the spicy Mountain Dew and try that just for shits and giggles, that's fine too, because this shit's never going to sell all the way out. Or if you want to try the gingerbread one, because that's going to like really not ever sell, because it's not good. It's worth trying. It's definitely worth giving a taste. The gingerbread, not so much, unless, just for the fact that it's free and the novelty of tasting. The spicy one is worth trying just to try. It's not bad. The gingerbread one is terrible, but Monkey liked it. And it does taste exactly like gingerbread and Mountain Dew at the same time. It is nuts. It's just not my,
Did I taste?
I don't know. I hope not. Yeah, you wouldn't like it anyway because gingerbread has like a
Cinnamon.
type taste, yeah. So, another giveaway right away is these things. Some gummies. We got some gummies here. And what could be special about these gummies, you say? Of course, you probably already know what would be special about these gummies. But what's even more special about these gummies, and the giveaway part, is that everyone watching can just come in and say, hey, I want a sample of the new gummies, and you'll just get one. So you don't have to do anything to win. But here, Mellow Mango is the new one. So if you come in and say, hey, I want one of them gummies, that's what you're going to get. But we also have Lifted Lemonade is the one we already had, and Blueberry Dream. So, the thing that's cool about these is if you look on the package, it says D9. What? D9 means Delta 9, and Delta 9 is the type of THC that is not legal in every state, especially South Carolina. So how and why would we have Delta 9 THC? So I would never say in the store, in our store. Why would we be selling this product? Well, there's some kind of ridiculous loophole that by dry weight. So of course we can't have flour. Of course we can't have anything else D9 related at all. No kind of D9. But these, the way that these are made. Jill Raines.
Yay!
You just won, Jill. Yay!
Yay!
So, on with the mango. A number in the 50s. If you want to try the mango, number in the 50s. And remember, anyone watching can just come in and ask for a sample and you'll get the mellow mango. So it's by a dry weight thing that they're able to make these and we're able to sell them like legally. Now, I want to point out that this one is D9 straight up, just regular old THC. This one is Delta 9 plus CBN. What does that do, you say? It helps you sleep. This is sleepy time, so you get Blueberry Dream, it helps you sleep. And again, these,
Emily!
for sure, these are Emily Cox. For sure, these are all natural. All of the products that we carry, the 7 Cents Way, is all natural. We don't carry any synthetics. We don't stock anything. We don't carry any product that would hurt you or keep you from, that would like inhibit you from living life or anything like that. We don't sell anything that's any kind of like fucked up and nothing unnatural. Everything we have is natural or derivative from a natural thing. No synthetic stuff. So this one is Delta 9 and THCV. And what is that, do you say? Helps you stay awake. keeps you motivated and going. So it's like a sativa plus. And this would obviously be the indica plus. If you have trouble remembering which one is which, just remember indica in the couch. In the couch. Sativa sat up. Saturday night. Sat. Means awake, live, gotcha open like the weekend. So that's sativa for sat up and ran around on a Saturday, and in the couch, not doing too much of nothing. So the reason I'm giving them away is because of the way that these are made and the way that they have to be done. It seems like you have to eat more of them or they're not as of a good a value as some of the other gummies. Monkey says no. Monkey, the manager, said no, that's not the case. They kick, they slap, as the young folks say. And so I was like, all right, well, we'll just give some away on the show and then that'll be that. Sample them out, let some people try them. So I got to know what you think about these D9 gummies. And if you want to buy some, you just come buy some. Or some of the other products that we have from Happy Fruit, because they're good and some of our best sellers. And again, nothing we have is like a synthetic stuff. And nothing is going to like keep you from going to work or gardening or getting out the house or nothing like that. Moment of silence for those that have been dehydrated. What can I show you next? Well, the answer to that question is one of these. What is this? Glass pipe, stupid. So it's called deep sea creature or sea monster or the ocean beast. It's something like that. But that is really what it's called. Like on the invoice, when we looked them up, it's a sea beast or ocean creature or something like that for obvious reasons. Now, what I do like about this piece is that the little tentacle and accent shit that could, break off. You got to be a little more careful, obviously. But the little shit on it doesn't get on the way or in the way. So if I'm trying to use this pipe, none of the little things are obtrusive. Me being a smoker, I'm going to be able to adjust and adapt because I'm a professional. But even if you're not a professional, the placement of these tentacles, me being a professional, can attest to them being in a appropriate non-invasive places that will not affect the functionality or you being pissed off at the pipe. And $40. So we have these priced out at $40. We don't normally do pricing online and stuff like that because haters. But I'm telling you on the show, because if you wanted to come in and get one of the pieces we're speaking for, you can just already know the price for watching the show. This one is a sea turtle pattern. Very, very impressive piece. Now, of course, because the 7 cents way is to also be honest, these are import pieces, and we would prefer for you to buy American glass, and we would prefer for you to support American artists, but not everyone has the disposable income, especially these days, to buy, what they want. These are probably import pieces where the factory was trained by American artists, definitely trained by American artists, and they are probably also being produced on a mass scale where said factory is being endorsed by the American company, and they're probably getting higher quality tubing, higher quality glass. So they're probably making a higher quality, definitely making a higher quality import as opposed to it being Chinese glass or Indian glass or whatever. So anyway, 25 for the turtle shell thing. So, and it's fumed very nicely, which means it has silver and gold. Looks like mostly gold, actually blown into the glass, which is what makes it change color when it gets dirty. So y'all know about color changing pieces. Yeah, it's probably going to do some deep greens and emeralds and some purples in there. It's mostly gold fuming. It's pretty heavily fumed. I'll open up the other camera since we're talking about it. See, like that. Not the green bubbles, but there's this kind of like orange, kind of like brassy pink. Like, I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera, but there's... Let me open up my camera phone and see if that will help. If it makes any difference. I mean, camera phone, my phone light. Okay, why is my... What the fuck? Yeah, so maybe that's helping. Yeah, definitely. So, you see these kind of like, that pink, this brownish kind of deep pink, purpley, I don't know, brassy kind of. Anyway, that's gold. And it would be very, very light, very faint, that brassy, orangey kind of color. But this has very heavy fuming, which means it's got a lot of gold in there and it's coated up real thick because it shouldn't look so much that way until it gets dirty. And then those colors are really pop, but they're popping a little extra early because the fuming is very heavy, if that makes any sense. Now, when you see, I don't have an example in front of me, but when you see a lot of glass pieces, most glass pieces, oh, I do have an example, have this blue, this silvery blue looking finish. That's silver. That's when silver, because this piece is actually all silver fuming. See this kind of gold right here a little bit, and then like it's bluish and then bluish down here. Well, that's all silver fuming. There's no gold in this one, as opposed to that kind of brassy looking color there. This is fumed with gold. This is fumed with silver, and it's very unique for water pieces in general to be fumed. So the bottom here is going to be, and this is a blown glass. So this isn't made with poured glass or from a mold or anything like that. The artist had a tube that was this, like kind of like this thickness, and a tube just like this. And then the rest of the pipe is blown out like with a straw, sort of. And the color and then the glass is twisted to give it like a pattern and stuff. That's the brief way to explain it. So anyway, this is more handmade than a lot of water pieces that we carry. Kind of an old style, but it is glass on glass. But a long time ago, this was the epitome, the highest quality of glass, and it would be have a different type of fitting. So this has got like kind of a retro vibe to it as far as the the history behind glass in general. So it's got a lot of flavor, and we picked it up for that reason. Plus the mushrooms kind of popular. It's gonna change some colors and stuff. It's got the ice pinch in it, and those are 80. We put 80 on these, so like that's super good for what it is, and all of the little extra things that I just told you about. Pretty unique water piece. It wasn't back in the day. It wasn't unique, but it was like the best you could get. I would say in the early 2000s, something like that, late 90s. This would be like some epitome type shit. So it wasn't so unique, but it was the top quality. Now you have these machine made and a bunch of other stuff that is arguably better quality or just a different aesthetic. I'm not going to say better quality because it's not better quality. It's just a different aesthetic and a different method to the production, which doesn't always translate to actual quality. But because of that, because the movement, because glass is different now, and the methods of production have changed so much. Now this is very unique, and that piece now is something that you don't see every day. And that's what I was trying to say. Damn, tonight is a very desert.
Yeah. Hey, I have one question. So after change color, and if you clean up, the change go back?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So when you have a color change piece, yes, you clean it and it'll go back to how it was before, and then you start the process all over. 99 chocolate. 99 chocolate. This is the mid-show shot. And I said I was going to talk about this little tiff from Facebook right quick. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I'm going to skip the pipe for now, just to save my throat a little towards the end. The little tiff, right quick. Let's do another giveaway, though.
That's a great idea.
The grinder, remember the Royal Blunt grinder? A number between 0 and 10. A number between 0 and 10. And it's this Royal Blunt's brand new acrylic grinder, which is something I believe that we picked up in Vegas as a sample thing. We'll go to you. So I'm going to go to my Facebook right quick, and I'm going to show you something.
CubeSurfer.
Oh, yeah, it was the beliefs post. It was something about beliefs. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So, I made a post in regards to the Roe versus Wade baby stuff, and it says religion, a belief or set of beliefs. Let me back that up and repeat it for those in the back. Beliefs. So something that you believe in, meaning that it's not a factual thing, that we're not talking about facts, we're talking about beliefs. And that was the end of the post outside of an edit that, Star Wars. I'm trying to get the glare off, I'm sorry. So yeah. Anyway, not that you can read it or anything, but it's an edit, and it just says that I'm not against Christians at all, and I don't have anything against Christians or Christianity or anyone's faith for that matter. But their beliefs, that's just what a religion is. It's a belief, and to each their own, and how you can't have just, we're an entire world with all these different kinds of civilizations, so it seems stupid that there would be one thing that, like, of course, there is one God. And just to side quest a little bit, there is one God. And that's the simple answer. There is only one true God, the God that you believe in. The God that your religion says is the best one. Whatever you think is the God for you. However you define that, that is the one God. And that one God says, don't be shitty. Don't kill people. Don't hurt people. Be nice to people. Pay it forward. And don't do shitty shit. That's the one God. That's the one thing that all of the religions of all of the worlds, believe. They all believe, obviously, the same basic principles because it's true. It's facts. It's the order of the universe to fall into these brackets and that's the true God. The true God is the 10 Commandments. And I'm not generalizing. The true God are those principles of righteousness, which are don't do shitty shit. We're not all born with an innate power to understand the same God or the same Jesus. One of my favorite quotes from Shaka Zulu to the British was, I don't know who the fuck Jesus is. That's not my God. Whatever shit you're talking about, that ain't got nothing to do with me. We're on some different shit. You're on some different shit. And that ain't what the fuck I'm going to do. You keep doing what you keep doing, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to keep doing, and we're going to go our ways, but you're not going to, like, dictate or tell me. So we're not all born with this same knowledge that has to be impressed upon us. Christians don't have to go to a foreign land and impress their beliefs upon someone else as the right way. When we are born as human beings, as most mammals, I believe, as observed in nature in general, dogs, cats, your own fucking pets, that you don't do shitty shit. Animals don't kill people the way that we do. Like, we do shitty shit. Humans are fucked up, and we all know that. We all know that. But we are all born with an understanding of right and wrong. That's my point of the story. Insects and single-celled organisms and things like that are built strictly for survival. But more advanced animals that are able to think to some extent, no. Don't murder. You don't cross lines. You don't do shitty shit. And you know deep down, stealing is wrong. You don't have to be told that. You know that hurting another individual or putting down someone when they're sick or hurting, or a hurt animal, you know that that's wrong. No one has to tell you not to hurt people. And you can have violence instilled upon you and learn a different way, and you can grow up with feelings and understanding like any dog or cat that's misused and abused and trained to be a certain way. But you are not born that way. That's not an inherent thing. And even things that are trained to do those things, I'm sure on some basic level knows that it's wrong. So, on that I digress. Sorry. Didn't mean to take such a side quest. But I know we can all agree on that. That's not anything that's up for any kind of debate. So this guy, when I said beliefs are just beliefs, said ironic coming from a man that implement government ruling during COVID that people didn't believe in. Well, sir, my response was ironic coming from someone who's never had anything to say. Personal shit. But the important thing was you misspelled a man who gives a shit about others without his head up his ass. So what I wanted to address to this guy, which furthermore, like anyone else, and I said before, you ain't fucking watching. You didn't tune in. You jumped on here to say some bullshit. Where the fuck have you been any other time, just like the rest of these fucks? So you jump on to say some bullshit. I have an extensive dialogue with you that went quite well, just like the other person. Yeah, I'll tune in. Yeah, no the fuck you won't. You're not going to watch. You're not going to be here to say what I have to say. You're not going to be here to defend yourself. You don't give a shit. But you give a shit enough to jump on with some bullshit. If you want to fucking talk. If you want to do something, do something. If you want to fucking do it. So I'm tired of these fucking like bitch shit. So let me jump to where I did have a very good dialogue with this dude. And I'm not talking any shit whatsoever about this person at all. All I'm saying is if you want to say something, say something. You want to do something, do something. Don't fucking half-ass or halfway to shit and then back out. So anyway, all I am going to show you is despite the glare, look at this. This is me responding to him about what he had to say about my COVID shit. So this is us talking, you see, like we never talk. We're talking, we're having good conversation, we're talking equally. Then I jump off and say, how are you doing? How is your life? And all of this kind of stuff. And then I say, well, while we're at it, I'm going to give you my full explanation because I wasn't going to do this in a comment. I wasn't going to do this on Facebook. But this is how serious I take the shit. I'm showing you this because this is how passionate about what the fuck I do and what I believe in. I will back myself up. I will fight. I will invalidate any fucking thing that you have to say. My point is I took this much time and effort to respond for him in a very, very respectful, positive, all around about way. But you couldn't take the time to respond to me. And I'm sure we don't have the same schedule. We're not going to get into comparisons there. All I'm going to say is if you have enough time to jump on here, comment, and conversate with me over some fucking bullshit, then you have time to say yes or okay or engage with me about the conversation or the issue. Now, what I was going to say about a man that, went along with what the government had to say. My first and biggest thing I wanted to say during the whole COVID shit and anything anybody ever had to say about caving into some corporate or not corporate, some kind of government policy, my brain all automatically but it's still corporate. But yeah, any like government mandating because you said so and this kind of stuff and being a sheep and fuck you. Now, first of all, the very first thing is I own a fucking head shop. I've been in the industry since 2003. You dummy. The last fucking thing that I'm gonna do or be concerned with is what the fuck the government says. Are you serious? That's your number one, that's your first signal to shut the fuck up right there. That is so stupid. Everything I do, every fucking day, every day I wake up to do something that goes against what the fucking government says in more than one way. So fuck you for saying that. And I said that. I told him I took offense to that because it was a stupid ass thing to say. First of all. Second of all, it wasn't because of a mandate or because of what the government says. It's because I'm a decent fucking human being. Well, do I wear my mask now? No. Have I heard about shit? Yes. Will I put the mask back on? Will we re-implement the policy? Maybe. Not because the government says so. If I see people that are so desperate to survive that they're willing to leave their mask on in the car while they're driving, if I see people pumping gas, walking around Walmart in public, out in parking lots and parks, wearing masks. If I see wear a mask on every fucking door I go in, everywhere I go. If I'm not allowed to get on a plane or let alone enter an airport without a fucking mask on. If I can't go to Burger King or feel comfortable driving up to the drive-thru and the window opening up and not both of us having a mask on because it's the thing to do, then I will wear the fucking mask, you goddamn piece of shit. And I'm going to call you that because anyone who has put your fucking big boy pants on, pull the goddamn Huggies up and get ready for life. Put a fucking helmet on and prepare for war, you son of a bitch. Because it's a matter of fucking decency. I don't think masks work. Masks don't prevent or save COVID. No, they absolutely do not. But if someone shits out of their mouth or sneezes or does anything else, I don't care if it's COVID, if it's your own fucking DNA, snot pieces, I don't give a shit. I would rather you have a mask on. I will say that masks do something to prevent some sort of large particle projectile. Do they make anyone else feel safer? Maybe. I don't give a shit. But if it makes the customer feel safer, if it makes the cashier feel safer, if it makes the 80-year-old lady standing next to me in Kroger feel safer, I don't have a fucking problem doing it. Why do you? Why do you? That shirt, shoes. Do you walk into a store? I don't want to wear it. And I know for a fact this dude looks good. At least at one point when I met this guy, he was fucking ripped. He looked roided out. He was a perfect specimen of a man. If I looked like this dude, I would refuse to wear a shirt. I would walk into a store, Walmart. I would walk into bathing suit. I would walk into wherever I felt the most attractive women resided with the tightest shirt I could, flex my muscles until the shirt bust open. That's what I would do. Everywhere I went, where there was more than 2 people, I would take my shirt off. I wouldn't want to wear shoes if I was a hippie, if I'm a meth head, whatever. But guess what? If I go into a store, I have to wear my shoes. I have to wear my shirt. And that's the way it is. Because the government said so. Because this establishment requires it. It's just the fucking thing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with what anybody says. It's just decency. It's fucking decency is all it is. And until people do take the mask off, until 9 out of 10 people are not wearing a mask, until nobody's really talking about it. I don't watch the news. I don't listen to the radio. By choice and design, I don't do that. So, I don't hear a lot. But I did know every fucking thing there was to know about COVID when the shit hit, just like everyone else. Certain things are unavoidable. Certain amount of opinions, certain amounts of what is considered decent and the correct thing to do is unavoidable. So, earthquakes, COVID running rampant, holidays coming up, bad weather, anything that needs to be addressed in the world that is the common denominator, I am aware of. And when I see that everyone is so concerned and that everyone is doing this, am I going to follow along? Not necessarily. But when it comes to safety and health and what makes people comfortable, majority fucking rules, my dude. And it ain't got shit to do with the government. It's because I'm not a fucking asshole. It's not worth complaining. It's not worth arguing. It doesn't matter. And who really does give a shit at the end? It doesn't fucking matter. You're just being an ass. You're being a fucking baby. Don't wear your seatbelt if you won't want to. That's not legal either. But if you crash in a car, whatever, you're not making anyone else less uncomfortable. No one else gives a shit. Other people care about the mask. Do I care about what other people think of me or whatever? Yes, to a certain degree I do. I don't give a shit what people think about me when I say stuff or when I do things because I believe that I'm of a sound and right mind and you're entitled to your opinions and stuff as well. So don't wear a mask or don't do whatever. But don't you fucking judge me for it. Don't you have a goddamn thing to say about anyone else that wears their mask or for whatever reason they do it. Just don't do it and shut the fuck up. Make your statement that way. Everyone else is wearing it. You're not wearing yours. Fine. That's fine. You're a rebellious asshole. And we all can see that. Good for you. I'm sure your mother is proud. Stand for what the fuck you believe in. And when you get on Facebook and you got some shit to say and come out of left field to comment on somebody's shit, then be prepared to watch the show when I tell you we were going to bring it up. Be prepared to answer me and have something to say when I answer you back, when I take the respectful time to argue my point, to give you the respect and time that you deserve as well as I do and every other human being on earth. But you won't do that. You didn't do it, and you displayed your character as I have said here. So, there you go. End of that rant. I'm so fucking sorry. Let's do a bigger giveaway. What's the next bestest thing that we have?
Nobody won the grinder.
Nobody won the grinder. So, where's the fucking thing to the...
Ta-da.
So, between 1 and 10 for the grinder. Between 1 and 10 for the grinder. Between 1 and 10 for the grinder. If you want a grinder, if you don't want a grinder, just make sure you're able to pick it up and you can pay it forward to your friend. 1 and 10 for the grinder. And the 420. Let's do the 420 seasoning because I really want someone to be able to have this for the 4th of July and whatever they're doing. So if you're cooking any kind of food or like basically if you ever eat again, in the 20s, a number in the 20s. So we got two things going on right now. A number,
I thought you said like
a number in the 20s,
okay.
for the 420 and a number between 1 and 10 for the grinder.
I thought you put like H2O.
Bam! Look at these. These are the sexiest fucking clipper lighters. You know about clippers, right? Of course you know about clipper lighters. You have to know about the clipper lighters. So, they come in black with the neochrome, or as they call Northern Lights, or you can get neochrome with the black accent at the top. They are just like every other clipper lighter there is, but they have changed the striker. So this is a much higher quality, much smoother striker. It is still removable. Let's open up the small cam. So we have this. So the striker is still removable. Still can use that as a little pokey and stuff. But it strikes smoother than a regular clipper. We have those color accents, and then this. Bam! And this is the leaf design, which is metallic green up here, black with the metallic leaves, or just like the other ones, it's the reverse. We have some black up there, and then with the blackened leaves. Anyway, super, super duper nice. They all come with the case. So every one of these comes with one of these cases. So super duper nice. They are $15, which is a little expensive for a lighter, but these are not disposable lighters. Clippers, any clipper, is made to be reflintable and refillable, so you can get any clipper to last forever. But they are plastic, and they do have the little images on there. Somebody won?
Yes.
Who got it?
Brittney got the seasoning. And
Brittney, yay, got the seasoning.
Santiago got the grinder.
And then Blaze got the grinder. Good.
Wiping.
So this is I was saying that the plastic, the regular clippers are plastic, so the image can like rub off and stuff like that. So these are still refillable, reflintable. This will last you forever, just like a regular clipper, but it's made of metal. So it's made of a very heavy metal with a higher quality striker. So it is actually made by design to last you much, much longer. So now, if you are a fan of clippers, which any real smoker is a fan of clipper lighters, now you have one that will last you like really long time. We also just got in Stack the Joints. So if you got some family time coming up, hang out with friends, it's Jenga, but it's Stack the Joints. So you got a little leaf on the top there, and it's the same thing as Jenga, but it's Stack the Joints. So that's pretty cool. Wanted to show you that.
That's so cool.
$25. I don't know what Jenga costs, but I know it's not like
Very
this.
cute.
This is like different shaped and stuff. It's not just like exact Jenga purchased from China and like relabeled or anything. Like it's pretty official. Also wanted to show you this just in case you got some party stuff coming up, you got company coming over. It's a vacuum pipe. And the vacuum pipe is not really anything too new. We got this piece. We have a mouthpiece to screw on. I'm going to show you here. So this is what it looks like. It's got a really good weight to it, even without the batteries and stuff. And it says swag on it. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. But it's threaded here on the side. So you put your mouthpiece in, and then it's got an actual glass-on-glass bowl, pretty decent little bowl that just goes right in the top there. There you go. You're all ready to go. And what you do, I'm going to put it up here close to the mic. And it's blowing the air out. So Raw just came out with a little thing that's an inflator like this, and you put your cone or your blunt or something in here, and then you turn this on, and you're able to blow guns and just blow smoke around and stuff like that. We got these for $25. I have no idea what the little Raw motor is for, or what those sell for, but we got these, and one of the reasons I got them is because it's a little smaller than 14 millimeter fitting, but close enough. But you can put whatever in here. You can buy a smaller bowl, or what I did notice is this. If you don't want to use it as a pipe, you can put any 14 millimeter bowl. You can use it as it's intended for a pipe and to like blow the smoke out, and it'll draw the flame through. Matter of fact, let's see. And see it pulling so it pulls the flame in and does the thing. So what you could do, I noticed that the hole in these bowls is really huge. And I, again, being a professional, I noticed this because I'm looking out for you. That's all I do. That's my whole job, is to look out for you. So, but that hole being so big is good for like a cone or a little roll or something. I believe a pre-roll will fit. I know. I wish I had one just laying here. We do. There happens to just be. I just want to prove. I just want to make sure, man. You know, you gotta back your shit up. If you want to talk shit, you gotta back it up. So let's say there's this cone. Bam. There you go. So it fits perfect, just like I figured it would. And there's even some room to spare. There's a little room to spare. So it's almost too big, but it stops right there, which is perfect. If it was a little bigger, it could come up to here, so you're still good. You got room to spare to drop something in there and use it just like the new Raw thing. And there you go. And you got the multi-use way to use it. Oh, sorry. Tell me, just want me to give that back to her to reassemble. There is some other stuff to show you, but it is 11 o'clock, and I said we're going to talk about babies. So I guess we can save that until next week. We do need to give away a wallet, as promised. So by comment, if you want to see nectar collectors or you want to see gift sets, we got some cool nectar collectors and we got some cool gift set, ashtray gift set things, smoker accessory gift set. So if you want to see the gift sets or you want to see the nectar collector, just somebody please do some comments on what you want to see, and I'll show you one other thing. What I want you to do is, because I got a new thing in MadLibs too. You know, I had that Star Wars one. I got now a best of thick book of MadLibs. I forgot to mention that at the start of the show. So from now on, I'm going to show you one more thing one more thing. We're going to do a final cheers, and we're going to talk about babies. And while we talk about babies, I'm going to do the MadLibs so that we can end on a hilarious and positive note. We will not go over an additional hour. Probably not even 45 minutes. We'll probably be another 30 minutes. But I want to go home and I want to be done, and my voice is only going to be able to do so much. So after this, gift sets is unanimous. So after the gift sets, we're going to do final cheers and then talk about babies for those of you that just don't care about that or got other shit to do. And during babies, we're going to do a MadLibs. We got these new gift sets. There's an alien one. So what we got is a stash jar, an ashtray, and a rolling tray.
Cute.
So a complete matching set there. Let's give that to you. We got a couple others too. We picked the 3, like some of the coolest ones. Me and Monkey, like right before close, was just like here, because these literally came in today. Yesterday. Came in yesterday. We just didn't put them out until today. So I'm gonna open one.
This is much.
We will behave and not take an hour. Oh man, CubeSurfer. First of all, I really appreciate you watching, man. You've been one of them new regular viewers, like being regular. So I really appreciate you. And for sure, like, we will behave, man. I ain't worried about y'all. I'm worried about me. I don't want to take y'all's time too much. And I ain't worried about people behaving, man. I ain't worried about people behaving, especially the people that watch this show normally. Every once in a while, though, got to be somebody. But not today. So yeah, here's one of the sets. And I think this is like the coolest design. So we got this. So it's branded on the back, which I never heard of. It ain't no thing. But there's a little ashtray, ceramic ashtray. And then this appears to be ceramic jar. So ceramic is a good material, non-permeable, second best to glass, coated on the inside, and it's got a rubber cork. It's got a good feel to it, not too hard, not too squishy. Cork just ain't the thing to use no more. That used to be the standard, was the cork. And all right, I'm gonna put this back in the. Actually, I'm gonna let Tommy put this back in the box.
Sure.
Hey, did anybody win anything yet? We don't know. We didn't do anything else yet. All right, the wallet. I pointed the wallet out, man. This is a cool wallet. I want to open it and look at it, but I don't want to open it because, that's for you to do. No, I don't care about fingerprints. I just want someone that, like, it's new. I don't want to.
The new fingerprint person is the
Yeah,
owner.
so yeah, the first person to open it, I believe that as much as I can for customers is for them to be the first ones. And that's actually the exact reason why we don't pull the plastic off of our rolling trays, is because when our rolling trays come in, our rolling trays, they have this plastic film on them, and I don't like pulling that off, and I do like to leave them in the bag because I want the customer to be the very first person to have contact with, so anyway, same thing. What a number of that? 70s. A number in the 70s. Number in the 70s. And then if you want to keep watching for babies and stuff.
So I can go there and prepare something.
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah.
So I don't have to be here.
Well, in a minute. Somewhere along the line, I did say we're going to give away this pipe. This is very, very 4th of July. What else did I promise to give away?
This one.
The wood pipe
Yeah, only last one.
and the wallet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then, yeah, then I'm right. So we're gonna we'll do the wood pipe somewhere.
CubeSurfer.
Yay! Where's the wallet? CubeSurfer. Yay!
Yay!
All right, well that didn't take long. So we'll do the well, that's not fair because somebody might not want to. Let's do okay, we'll do cheers. I'm gonna give away the pipe because that's not fair to make you watch about babies if you don't want to. That's fine. Everything from this point after the cheers is voluntary to keep watching the show. So as promised, here's the wood pipe, and that's gonna go to number in the 60s. Number in the 60s. And as we do our final giveaway, we'll do our final cheers. No, CubeSurfer, thank you. Number in the 60s for that little travel wood pipe for the 4th of July. And then the final cheers so that we can move on to the boring stuff.
Oh, Jamie! Congratulations! Jamie got the pipe.
Jamie got the pipe.
Hi.
Oh, no.
No!
Yeah, there. Sorry. All right. I'm going to do another thing of mango with you. Another shot of vodka. And then let's talk about babies. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to start this off before with the MadLibs. Is for you can comment for to say you're for it or against it. If you're for what was done, if you agree with the choice of the government, or you're against it, please, 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 do not comment amongst each other. Do not argue about this. Do not say anything other than for or against. Let me address that. Let me dictate this. Let me get my point out. Let me say my thing. Let me give a chance for both sides with me narrating that. Don't say shit. Don't answer nobody. Don't engage in nobody. Anybody watching, just say, are you for or against? And let me do the talking. This ain't no fighting. This ain't no arguing. This is a place that where we can talk safely, and it's not Facebook. It's not your personal page. This is my personal shit. And y'all are here for the personal shit past this point. So please just go along with it, and let's have a very, very intelligent dialect and see if at the end, as usual, we will agree and everyone can like see some kind of side. So please, again, if I ask someone for their opinion or I ask someone to say something, do not engage with them. Do not say shit to them about what they have to say or what their opinions are. Please do not. Don't worry about that. If it sets your world on fire, look them up on Facebook and talk to them directly. You know, just do what you have to do, but don't do it here. So, 100% pro-choice. So yes, please, and by all means, just say if you're for or against it. And let me get this mango pineapple on. Yay. A noun. I need a noun. And I would like to let some more comments come in, and if someone feels so passionate, if someone feels so much about it after we get into it, we can do a call in, because I always welcome some kind of opposing view, and I love to be the example of not having to argue, not having to resort to anything. There's no need in getting angry. There's no need in getting upset. I feel bad when someone pushes me into that corner by saying dumb shit, but I'm open to dialogue, and that's people's problems. That's the big issue. Is just no, man, shut. No, you don't have to be mean or pro-choice, choice, against. Okay, so we have. Let's see again. Oh yeah, pro-choice. Okay, so yeah. So everyone's pro-choice so far. And that might have something to do with the type of viewers and clientele that we have, because we all are of a very similar kind of thinking in a lot of our ways. And when we aren't, it's 100% okay, as long as it's not negative or harmful to someone else. So I need a noun. And I'm just going to put babies. Or baby, because I guess it'll say plural noun if it's plural noun. So I'll just put baby. Pro-choice. So everyone is pro-choice. And so again, I'm going to say, if you are not pro-choice, then this is a safe place. This is for you to say what you have to say in front of people, a lot of people that are pro-choice, and no one is going to have anything to say mean to you. So this isn't Facebook. You know, if you're gay, suicidal, transgender, against pro-choice, do not sit in that corner. You know, please say something. You know, get it out there. You know, discuss it in a safe, so no one's gonna jump on you or attack you. This man. Maybe this should be the new motto. We can discuss things here, and if you feel you're in a minority in a thing, please join in, because then we can have a safe. Because everyone here is pro-choice, so someone that's against it, like, we could learn something from them. You know, agree to disagree, but you know, one of my favorite philosophies, like, day in, day out thing, is that you don't have to agree, but you do have to understand. And that's all it is. You have to. There's not a choice. There's not an option in that. You have to understand. You do not have to agree. But to fully disagree and to have a valid reason to disagree or have some disposition, you have to have an understanding of the other side. Simple as that. Because you can't just hate Scientology. You can't just hate Jehovah's Witnesses. Hate's a strong word. But you are not allowed to misunderstand and pass judgment. If you don't know, shut the fuck up. But if you do know, then you have a right to say something. And I feel like that on a lot of levels, as like I've been to jail. I've been like very, very destitute, homeless. I've been handicapped in some ways, both mental and physical. And see, this is you just do what you gotta do. So I forgot what I was saying. Now I need to. Maybe if I went to my phone and I would use YouTube, I can see, because I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, and that's what makes it hard to do these things. Nope. See, okay, now move. This is like time traveling. Okay, so yeah, so everyone's pro-choice so far, and I think I backed up too far. With the type of viewers and clientele that we have, because we all. Shit, how do you fast forward like quickly? Similar kind of thinking. I mean, like in a. Of our ways, and when we aren't, it's 100% okay. As long as it's not negative or harmful. Have a conversation, not a shouting match. So, I need a noun. Oh, and then I said baby. And I'm just going to put babies. Fuck. I forgot what I was talking about, and now I'm completely lost. Or baby, because I guess it'll say plural now. And I was trying to, like, go back to, like, the feed so I could see what I was saying. And then... and now I'm, like, in a triple loop. I hope this is funny for the people at home. There's not a choice. There's not an option in that. You have to understand. You have to understand. But to fully disagree. To fully disagree, you have to. Oh yeah! Thank God! Yay! Yay! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, thanks for trying to help out too. Well, at least I hope that was humorous for everyone. Yes. So, I feel that I can have judgment on being homeless and handicapped on certain disabilities and things like that, because I've been there. And that's why I feel like I have a right also on some religious matters. I've died before. I've been to several churches and not fully immersed but practiced and read up on some different Bibles and then did different things so that I could have that experience, or at least, be educated about it. And so until you do that, you can't say anything, about it. So, oh my God. City. I'm going to put Colombia to help us get through this. A verb. Give me a verb. So, well, we don't have anyone to disagree with, so I guess this segment's going to be short. Yay for everyone. But, so basically my little notes here to kind of like hoping somebody would challenge. Fist. Okay, what a verb. What, sleep? Okay, so fart. I'm gonna put the fart as a noun because I need a noun. I need another noun now. So I need a noun. But on my little notes here, ultimately you shouldn't dictate a choice. So yeah, me personally, I don't think that I am choice. But just to be challenging. And just to bring something else to the game. What about this? If the government wants to rule over your choice, now a long time ago, in the galaxy far away, shut up, in like late 80s, I was gonna write this book. I wanted to write this book called Patchwork. And in this book called Patchwork, and it was because I had spent a considerable amount of time in very low income areas and like projects and stuff like that. So not that I believe in this, it's not necessarily express the views of anything to do with me. But from a fictional standpoint, this is something that I had written or thought to write about in the late 80s, as a very, very young teen. So if the government wants to completely control and dictate something, what about you get your tubes tied if you can't control yourself? So what I was thinking is that, yes, I do believe in choice. And ultimately, I believe that especially an institution shouldn't be able to dictate and tell you anything that you can't do this or can't do that based on basic freedoms, right? Based on what you can do with your body and getting piercings and tattoos or dye your hair or whatever. As long as it doesn't affect anyone else, you should be freedom, within decency to, because we talked about that earlier, to do whatever the fuck you want. So on that note, can you commit murder? Which is just because you feel like that. So, or, I don't think that you deserve to exist, or for whatever reason, I choose for you not to be here or to never to be. And so what right is that of anyone? Now, some religions and some faiths believe that the soul, the reincarnate soul and like energy transfer and this kind of thing exists before the physical body. And in some ways, I believe or agree with that. I don't believe in a lot of things, but as a spiritual person who believes in primal and prehistoric ideals, like for real, I have tribal beliefs, native tribal things is what I believe in, is that that the soul exists, that there is something there before there's a choice made in the grand scheme of the universe before the actual conception of physical life as we know it. So I kind of believe in that. I still believe in the choice. I don't believe in murder. But if I believe that this child is going to be deformed or not given a fair opportunity in life, or, circumstantially, if there's rape or things of a serious compromises the health of the carrier, of the woman, the mother, then that is for the woman's choice. If she doesn't want to go through with that, that's what I believe. And if I do think that that's murder, and if I do believe that that's a murderous proposition, then that's on the mother to make. That's her choice to make. But if it's illegal and unlawful, and of course we shouldn't murder people, then how can we rightfully define where that is? So can we establish a scientific thing as to where life actually begins? And if we argue that scientific point, can we argue that against beliefs? Because there's ultimately no scientific way to prove a lot of these things that we believe in, which is me too. Now, believing in primal law and order of the universe and tribal prehistoric things that I believe in has more to do with the physical aspects of nature and how we treat the earth. But that also relates to caring for mankind and caring for the earth and living things and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Where do we say that is? But I also say that's not for the government to say. That's not for the government to claim that. And if the government does want to claim that, then the government can't claim that off of religious beliefs. You can't say that life begins of this. You can't say these kinds of things because of beliefs. And if you have scientific data to back up as to when life starts, I'm not necessarily going to agree with that. But if the government says that abortions are possible, abortions are illegal, but abortions are possible based off cases, I would kind of agree on, and let's see if we agree on this. Let me be the devil's advocate, because this is kind of like what I'm thinking in an imaginary scenario. So, voluntary abortions are illegal. The government says voluntary, unnecessary abortions because you made a mistake are illegal. If it's rape, if it's founded, if it's documented, if it's police report, if scientifically says this is terminal to the woman, or the baby will be deformed or whatever, then let that be up to the decision of the woman. And I dropped the mic. That's my solution, and which what I feel is a fair thing. Abortions are illegal, unnecessary, unfounded abortions are illegal. Otherwise, there's adoption, there's other options and things like that, but you cannot get an abortion unless you were raped and documented, or the baby is proven to have a compromised life, which will also compromise your life, then that, I think, would be a fair solution. I think that is reasonable. I do believe in people being responsible, and I do think that in a fantasy scenario, you got X amount of children and you do not have X amount of income or means to support these children or government assisted or these kinds of things. I don't know. Again, this is imaginary. But the government would step in and say, and yes, this is a very science fiction thing. So I am by no means saying this is for real, But if you was just on some bad shit that at 4, 5, 6 children, the government would force you to have your tubes tied, and then like, well, they're supposed to drag you out of your house and force you to have an operation. No, but either you get snipped, so you cut the bullshit, or you are void of any assistance. You're gonna force yourself to be homeless or whatever if you don't want to do it because the government assistance and children being born in an environment that is not conducive to the health and well-being of the child. So that is what it will ultimately boil down to. In that fantasy science fiction scenario, if it is evaluated and documented by the government that you are unfit and have been unfit for a period of time, yet continuing to have children under unlawful, again, we're going on beliefs, circumstances, then we need to cut the shit and you just need to stop. But that's my science fiction scenario, complete fantasy. Again, want to make sure I say that. But in my real world scenario, yes, I am pro-choice. And it is not for you to decide, but to play devil's advocate, to play into the belief thing and to put any sort of belief into that, which I attest to partially believe in, and can see where that's coming from. That's not a system of government. That's not a system that you can, but murder's murder. Murder's murder. So we have to draw this very clear line of, are you murdering, or are you killing a physical body? Are you destroying, are you interrupting the transference of a soul? So to just make it fair, I would say that it's not okay to murder, but we will allow, if you commit a crime, it's okay to murder, right? You could put on death row for something that is heinous enough for the government to decide, aside from beliefs. I believe it's a legal thing. I think that is aside from any belief. We reserve the right to take your life if we believe that you have been up to some proven bullshit. And in some cases, people have gone to death row and died for things that they didn't do, which is very unfortunate. But I guess the pendulum has to swing both ways in order for things to work. But the government, I guess, does reserve the right to take a life when it is against the political interest of the government. So you can go overseas and you are legally allowed to take other human life that disagrees with the political ideals of this country if the government sees. And I'm just spitballing. Y'all. I'm just making this, I'm just doing it as we're talking because I just fucking thought of this one. I hadn't really thought of that to myself before, which is why it's good to play devil's advocate and talk to people on the other side. But this is for the pro-choice side. I'm sorry. So, but this is why it's good to think about stuff, because I really didn't think about that. The government actually reserves the right for you to take another life if you disagree with the statement and policies as instituted here. And they reserve the right to take a life that has violated the existence of another human being, which I also agree with. If it's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt you've done some fucked up shit to disrupt the lifespan of another human being, you should be dealt with accordingly. Wholeheartedly behind that. So the government should stand behind the fact that if a human being is going to be brought into the world with an unfair circumstance, something that's going to compromise the life of the child, and then I guess that would be or rape kind of stuff, that is the line to be drawn, where you allow the exclusive right for the woman alone to make the choice: are you going to exterminate this life, and the government is going to allow you this pass based on these very specific criteria. I feel the same way. So much rape goes undocumented. Not every ejaculation deserves a name. Completely on the same page, Jack. Since why women choice her body, and her decision is so as medieval just to think that we need approval or permission to decide. Yeah, well, you don't. But I'm just trying. But I'm saying, like, I guess I'm sure we're agreeing ultimately. But yeah, that there and any other country around you shouldn't have permission. But in a structural world, following some kind of rule and order, I believe that the voluntary, which I've seen a lot of argument, the voluntary abortion rates are extremely high, and I don't believe in that. I pull out, wear a condom, do what you got to do. If mistakes happen, and so be it. And you have to be responsible for your actions as well. So I think that an irresponsible abortion, but completely behind something that is not what you ask for, something that is a complete mistake. You went about things the right way. You haven't done anything wrong. Nothing was done or imposed upon you, so you should live up to that. And then we can get into how responsible the man is and that kind of stuff too. But that's a whole nother debate. We're just talking about your right to choice. But I don't know. I think it's wrong to be all willy-nilly about the shit. And I'm willing to debate with you and to meet somewhere on the lines of where is murder, because just like the government, it's okay to kill people when it's for the best or for correct reason. Too tired, but that's not accessible. Plus, I'm too young. If I change my mind, or perhaps, what does your partner think? Well, those are things that should be very seriously discussed before you have sex. Before you allow someone to enter you and do any fucking thing close and personal like that, shit happens. So you have to be able to accept those consequences. If you get behind the wheel of a car, you have to be able to accept the consequences of what will happen to other people, so and someone else. And if your partner doesn't agree and your partner doesn't want it or whatever, like I said, we can have a separate argument about the willing participation, of the man or whatever. And then you can get into things about, well, he raped me because I just want out of it, and this kind of stuff. You just, well, when I hire an employee, when we hire someone, we enter an unspoken agreement to not do fucked up shit. And if you do something that is wrong, it's on us to prove in court that you was fucked up. Or then we're going to just be legally bound financially for a certain extent, depending on who's wrong and who made the... So when you enter an agreement in a relationship with someone, not to say that you should have these contracts or anything like that, of course that's absurd, but you have to have an understanding of the person that you're dealing with, because if not, then you could find yourself in this kind of situation. And I stand behind that statement by saying that most every single person that has ever worked for me or with me in any occupation that has been let go or didn't work there on any amicable, reasonable circumstance has been fine. The people that have been fucked up or done fucked up things have been fucked up people. So, the only people that are after things that are not deserved, or the people that want the things that they don't deserve, or the people that was doing the fucked up shit from the get. So, if you injure someone in a car, well, let's see, we're getting into this thing that makes sex a class at issue. Well, okay, well, just to go back to this one thing, I would never want to be pregnant ever. Well, then I would never have sex. I mean, if I don't want to get a girl pregnant, then I'm going to do everything that I can to not get a girl pregnant. And I'm as old as I am, and I've done lots of stuff, and I don't have any kids. So and I don't want kids. I never wanted a kid. I don't want a kid. I don't want that responsibility. I know how much of a responsibility that would be. But if it did happen, or if it ever happened, then I would accept that responsibility because it happened because of an action that I took, because of something that I wanted to do. So that's how it goes. That's what sex is for. That's what you're supposed to do. So it's the order of the universe, and it's not for you to challenge that. If you don't want that to happen, then you don't do that. So that's my argument there. If you don't ever want to get pregnant, then just by all means avoid everything that you can to do that. But if you have sex and there's a 1 in a billion chance of it happening, and it happens, and you're just like, oh well, I don't know. It's just you can't have one and the other and then just decide. That's unrealistic, Jack. That's your belief, homie. No, that's just a factual thing as to how sex works. So if I plunge a deep blade into a carbon-based life form, it's gonna bleed out and die. I have to accept that consequence. If I don't want that to happen to something, I don't do that. So if I don't want anyone to ever get pregnant, I would never do anything that would cause an impregnation. That's not a belief. People who have no intention of getting pregnant take every precaution to get it and still get pregnant. Then that's just how it goes. You still did the thing to get pregnant. You can take every precaution against having a car accident. You can take every precaution against murder. So if you accidentally discharge a firearm and kill someone, that's still on you. It's an accident or not. You had your hands on it. You caused the event. So whether it was on purpose or not, you were engaged in an activity that caused that to transpire. So I didn't want to kill anyone. I never would ever imagine to kill anyone. So, but also like an abortion, there would be a justifiable circumstance. There's extenuating circumstances where this did happen. And hey, then okay, as devil's advocate, as in an argument and a contraceptive fail, let's say that then let's say that you are on birth control, or you did have this thing. Again, we're talking about a documented kind of thing. So just like rape or an unjust pregnancy, maybe if I don't even want to say if you have insurance, because I don't, the insurance is a tricky thing too, and enforcing people to have insurance and stuff like that. But if you have something in you, or you have something that's medically like documented as a contraceptive, like you get the it's the name of a missile. The thing in the arm, the MX missile. So if you get the bomb in your arm, because I can't think of what it's called, but so yeah, if you get a certain form of contraception and that fails, and you've proven to take extreme measures against pregnancy, maybe that can be a forgivable abortion as well. But ultimately, yes, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. I just want to make sure I keep reiterating that ultimately, yes, it is your choice. But these are my devil's advocate arguments, or being on the other side of it, just trying to see like another side or some way to meet in the middle. But ultimately, yes, it's your choice, and something that that you should also involve a partner with too, because it's a woman's choice and it's a woman's body. But again, you should have that conversation with your partner, that the man should have a say if it's a wanted, planned pregnancy and everything is going well and as planned. Then I guess like the man should have a say in that. So that's there. Tracking birth control. Yeah, who wants to track birth? And these are just ideas and stuff like that. This is just just things that could be added to the documented legal. So if they're just gonna say no, that's fucked up, and so that's I think the most fucked up thing, and I think it really boils down to humans being receipts. So I was talking about that with Q the other day, and that it has nothing to do with safety of children. It has nothing to do with protecting life and this kind of stuff. Of course, that's absurd. And so as pro-choice, like it has nothing to do with what the reasons that you're saying that it is, and it's not fair to attach that to religious, stuff. So, or any kind of like beliefs. So, I'm not gonna back the thing up again. I'm not gonna back the thing up. I'm not gonna go through this again. It's not fair for them to make the choice. That you should make the choice. But if they were going to do anything, they could at least meet some kind of halfway, come up with some kind of thing. And there's that. But ultimately, it's not up to the government to say anything about the freedom of your body. 2 minutes. If a man isn't carrying a fetus, going through labor out of KKK, right. And I mean, I agree with that. You're not going through the thing, but you gotta stick to your guns and be responsible. Just like people that want to jump on the Facebook and comment some dumb shit, but don't want to back up the fuck they say they believe in and stuff like that. So, same kind of thing, but a little more serious. If it's a planned thing and you decide, and it's not fair for you to decide for the man, right? If it's not fair, of course, you make your decision, you make your own choice because it's your body and this kind of thing, I agree. But if you don't want your choice compromised, you have the ultimate argument because it's your physical being and stuff like that. So I give you, of course, that I stand behind you on that. But in the devil's advocate side of things, because, okay, if a girl got pregnant and I said that I was willing to respond, and that's my belief and being responsible for that, but she said she didn't want to do it, I would talk to her about that and how I feel about it. If I wanted it, if I didn't, I guess I would obviously be cool with it. But if I really wanted it and I really wanted to go through with it, we would have that discussion. But ultimately, that would be on her. But if you don't want your choice compromised, if you want a child, if you want to have this experience in life or something like that, and the person that you're with is really, really behind you and behind on that and stuff, then it's not fair for you to take their decision away either, because obviously a man doesn't have a way to have a child or to have a baby. And again, hey, this is all personal. This is all between you and someone else's business. But me as a person, me as a human being and someone with an understanding of love and stuff would as my understanding, is that it's something that's too serious to consider to go into. And if that was me and my relationship and me personally, then it would be well discussed and well done, thought of ahead of time, and that would be what I would want to do. Now, if it was gonna kill the mom or be terminal or something was gonna be drastically wrong, then I would think a little differently and all that. Okay, so let me back up to the nouns and stuff. Let's see. A clump of cells does not have the right to require a parasitic relationship. No one has the right to use someone else's body without their consent. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but like I said, in another, you see a clump of cells, but another belief, again, belief, another belief sees the life existing before there's a clump of cells. Certain beliefs would argue that this life, existed when love at first sight, that kind of thing. So squid. Gonna do squid. I need a number. Obviously, I'm gonna do 7. Plural noun. Let's see what I should have did. Was okay. Another noun. Sushi. Sushi. Hey, women choice, her body, and hey, Claudia, what's up? I didn't know. Hey, that's my homie from Mexicanos. It's so medieval just to think that we need approval or permission to decide there in America, any other country around the globe. Yeah. It's not about murder, though. It's about bodily anatomy. You cannot be forced to donate the use of your body to la la la. Yeah, right. Well, abortion isn't easy and neither woman wants it. Right. So 100%. Nobody wants to do it and stuff like that. Truly never wanted to be pregnant. But yeah, I mean, if it does happen, then ultimately, like I said, I do believe that the choice is yours. So I want to make sure that's clear. If a pregnant woman was murdered, then the killer would be charged with 2 murders. I mean, yeah, if you do murder a pregnant woman, it should be more serious. And I mean, I guess that makes a difference, right? So does anyone disagree on that? That if you murder a pregnant woman, it should be more serious, at least if you're not charged for 2 lives? At least it's just more serious. I don't know, but it seems fair to me to be more serious. And so every time people have sex, it's to get pregnant. Hell no, not every time people have sex is to get pregnant. I'm just saying that's what anatomy. That's the way. That was the intention of the Creator. And I'm not saying God, Christians, I'm not saying none of that. Wherever the fuck we and every other mammal came from, that's just how penises and vaginas and spermatozoas and eggs work. That's all I'm saying. But fuck no, we don't have sex to get pregnant. Are you crazy? No, I agree with you, CubeSurfer. Man, we're so cool. Or yeah, just be gay. You can be gay, then you don't have to worry about it. I believe abortion should be legal after a certain time. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. Past a certain time. So we made a new law that just says past a certain time, it's a complete no-go regardless. None of those accidents require a person to give their flesh, blood, or life. Yeah, well, wherever we were on that part of the conversation is yeah, I know. Stabbing them will not impregnate. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying being responsible for things that you would never see coming or didn't intend to happen. But when you stick your dick in something, then it's a possibility. It never happened to me, but it's possible no matter what you do. And so, see, that's harming someone else. Squads. In general, I don't think men should be the ones making laws on women. Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of our laws are just so antiquated and stuff. Yeah, if your partner doesn't want kids and you do, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. You do need to be on the same page about things. What's all this about sushi? Oh man, Mary gotta go to bed. I want to finish this MadLibs. Jeez. So now we're about to hit an hour. I need an adjective. Squads. I'm gonna put squads because I need a plural noun. So squads. I need an adjective, and then let's finish it up. An adverb. Well, I'm not saying. Okay, let's just start with the adjective. Verb ending in ing. I'm gonna put fucking. Verb ending in ing. Fucking. I need another plural noun. I'm gonna put wizards. Okay, I'm gonna put wizards. I still need an adjective. I need another plural noun. I'm gonna put shots. Just looking around. And now that we're almost at the end of the end, again, I hope that it was a decent conversation. I don't want nobody to be mad or nothing like that. We just can't go on forever. But, I think we mostly all agree. And again, my stuff was just devil's advocate things because, at the bottom line, ultimately, it is on the women, and it's not fair for the institution to say anything about that. All of the other things I had to say were just alternate scenarios because no one wanted to argue. So I'm just like, well, these are the only other kinds of reasonable points I can see for someone else to make, fantasy or otherwise. That said, I do believe in the soul existing and stuff before, but I don't believe in pushing that on someone else. And it's your right, the woman, to live with that or to deal with that or whatever, because you're right, it is your physical being. So if you see it as removing a tumor, if you see it as whatever, it doesn't matter. You're right, it doesn't matter. It's ultimately your choice. But those are all the arguments that I could think of that would be logical to someone else, not based off of just a religious thing. But we can all agree on certain spiritual principles and not murdering and stuff. So just being able to classify that as not taking a life is one thing. That's just one argument. And where can we really decide on that? And I don't believe that. I believe that my thing is more of a belief, and if it's a fact, then that's on you. That's your on you to do. So, and then the same thing is if I had a friend of mine, if I had a friend that says, hey, I want to kill this person, I would say, no, I don't believe in that. You shouldn't do that. I don't. That's probably not the right move to make. There would be consequences to that, rightfully so. But due to the, I would assume, extreme nature of this kind of thing, then okay. Actually, you know what? This has happened, and if I think about it a little harder, more than once. But now that I think about it, I did have a friend that blew someone's head off with a shotgun that invaded their house. So there was someone that, okay, never mind, that's an invalid argument. But I did know somebody that killed someone that came into their house that had a gun and was going to rob them, and they killed him, and they got out of jail. They went to jail, but then they got out of jail, and everything was okay because it was proven, and obviously so. I guess what I was going to say is if someone makes a choice, if someone makes a premeditated choice to go do something, a friend of mine, I would say no, but I would stand behind their ultimate choice to take another life in an extenuating circumstance. That's what I would say. And just like a soldier that has like killed people, you know, do you judge them for maybe some people do. But if you judge someone for taking lives or taking other lives, I guess there's always an extenuating circumstance, is what I was trying to say. Of course, I don't stand behind murder. Of course, it's not okay to kill people. But if your life is threatened, you know, and soldiers, that's a different thing. I'm not going to sign up for something that I'm going to be put in that position. That's my personal thing. I have all the respect in the world for soldiers, and I thank you for your service. But you are employed by an agency that requires you to take a life if yours is threatened, or that of your teammates. I'm gonna say teammates, or your fellow soldiers. So I'm not going to judge that against you. That was your choice to make. You know, you have to deal with that you were put in that position, and not necessarily, you know, with your will. You know, no one wants to do that. No one wants to be forced into that position. And so I will stand behind you on that. And I'm not going to think of you as less of a person. So that was your choice. And so I guess what I'm saying is that by the same token, it's not fair for you to make that choice when a woman has to decide if you believe in it from that capacity. So just, again, trying to argue another point. I need another adjective. Let's see, there was crispy. I need another adjective. Please let us finish. This is like the best of MadLibs. So hopefully this is like going to be hilarious. If not, I'm going to go to bed angry. I really want to leave, y'all. I really want to go to bed. So, CubeSurfer again, appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in here. Thanks for being around. Johnny Blaze, cool. I'm glad you made it. Thanks for tuning in. But I think you missed all the good stuff. Hopefully there's this one thing will be this. Hopefully the end will be funny. Scrumptious. Thanks, Johnny Blaze. Scrumptious. Scrumptious. Okay, there's like two more blanks. Plural noun. Fuck. Another number. 69. Okay. Verb ending in G. Verb ending in G. Adverb. Let's see. Delightful. Let's see. Delightful. 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 Okay. Didn't think it. Smoky. Verb. No. Smoking. I'll put smoking for a verb ending in ing. Just so we can get done, y'all. Plural noun. Plural noun and an adverb. CubeSurfer. Give me an adverb. So you can have a special part in it. I might have used one of your words earlier. I don't remember. I hope everyone's happy. Killing, humping, running. I need a plural noun and an adverb. And if CubeSurfer has an adverb, that'd be cool. Which is verb ending in ly. And scrumptious, bouncy, delightful, running, humping, killing. Hey, what about, yeah, hey, Mary, yay, she's even hanging out. Well, we're only like 2 words away, only 2 words away, and then I'll do it. And so, and then like I could do like a movie trailer, because like those other, let's see. No, that won't. Never mind. Candy apples, plural noun. I'm just going to put apples, if that's okay. I'm just going to put apples. swimmingly. Thank you, CubeSurfer. Okay, here it is. Mary Brazil and oh no, I'm out of backup water. Only a little bit left. And because everybody's still, not everybody, but because y'all are still here, one last cheers, because I think my voice will hold out at least through the MadLibs, MadLibs. Then I'm going to bed. Man, I really appreciate y'all. And hey, if we do disagree, we can still be friends. We're all on the same page. Because obviously, I stated my beliefs. And if I don't believe what you do, and I don't think exactly like you, I'm not going to feel any different about you. I'm still going to treat you the same. We can still be the same exact friends. We just might not be fucking. And we're not, so that's cool. This one is entitled The Space Shuttle. In 1981, the U.S. launched the first real space baby. It was named Columbia, and it was piloted by two brave squads. They had practiced fucking for 2 years and were expert apples. Columbia took them from Columbia. Okay, because that's genius. So what, Mr. Rogers? This is your real Mr. Rogers moment. That would be boring if we all thought the same. Oh yeah. Of course. I'm not gonna start over. Columbia took off from Columbia using its powerful first stage wizards and soared off into the crispy blue fart. At an altitude of 7 feet, it went into orbit around the squid. For people watching from Earth, it was a delightful For people watching from Earth, it was a delightful sight to sleep. So I'm not literate, so that means that I can't write words good either. So then I'm gonna do it over because I'm not smart. For people watching from Earth, it was a delightful sight to sleep. Who could really fist? What? Who could really fist that were 2 shots in space? I don't even know what this is saying. All I did is fill out the words. Who could really fist that were 2 shots in space? It was mind-smoking. After 69 orbits, the shuttle landed swimmingly at an Okay, I'm gonna do another. Man. The real reason to watch is to see someone fail. It took me that long to find the correct button because I'm so dumb. I'm going to start over and I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Good God, I'm so tired. I'm sure you are too, and I apologize. This is just ridiculous. I don't like it at all. In 1981, the U.S. launched the first real space baby. It was named Columbia and was piloted by 2 brave squads. They had practiced fucking for 2 years and were expert apples. Columbia took off from Columbia using its powerful first stage wizards and soared off into the crispy blue fart. At an altitude of 7 feet, it went into orbit around the squid. For people watching from Earth, it was a delightful sight to sleep. Who would really fist that were too... God damn it, who could really fist that there were 2 shots in space? It was mind-smoking. After 69 orbits, the shuttle landed swimmingly at Air Force Sushi. It was a scrumptious day for the U.S. space program. Good Lord. Thank you for watching, Mary Brazil. Thanks. I'm not going to do anything else because I'm ready to go. Next week's going to be completely different because everything always goes completely wrong. And that's the truth. And on the 50th episode, something's going to go correct once. And man, I am so fucking out of here. I don't want to do this since ever a couple minutes ago. Holy shit, man. I'll see y'all next week. Fucking A. Yeah, because like I'm just saying, if you choose to have sex, then it's a possibility. Like yeah.